Hello, this is group 66. We basically made a web server for ours. So there's the client as HTML, CSS, and some JavaScript. Then we have like the server backend, and then we have the actual database server. I'm Alexander Stone. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Alex Davidson.
And I'm Kusai Alkawalde.
So we're going to start off with the ER model quickly. Um, it says it quickly, so just talk about our basic design decisions, such as we've put all the sessions as just one table. So instead of having like a public and a private, we just have the one and a boolean to separate them. This means it's easy to find out if a booking is like if a room is booked, and it means that we can handle private sessions with multiple people. For instance, like a friend yoga, where it's a private invitation, but it's still a group session with a trainer. Anything else you want to add to this? Oh, we have the admin. The admin doesn't have any data, so there's not really like a reason to store which admin did something. For instance, like the billing. So we have these links here, which just show that the admin is doing things. They're making schedules, they're making bills, but they don't actually. There's no like admin ID attached to the billing. So it's just a dotted line instead. Okay, let's go over to the schema. Um, so we can see that the email is unique. The email is unique among the users. Sorry, so the user logs in with email, and that means that their email is then unique among the members, the admins, and the trainers. And so this ends up being the key for most of the database. And you can see that like many fields that are stored for the members ends up having to require that. For instance, exercise goals is a property for the member, and so that has a member's email as its property, as its key. Sorry. Okay, let's go to DDL and DML. Um,
All right. So you can find these files in the SQL folder in the corresponding file. And all right, let's just get to
let's talk
to
about
the code.
DDL then, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah, okay. So we create the users and members table first because many other tables in the database require them to exist because they are dependent, which means they are storing information about a member or user. Also, our booking table has an additional check to make sure it doesn't overlap with any other bookings in that day, time, and room. And there's also a similar check for trainer availability, which stores the hours the hours the trainer can work.
All right, thank you. Let's go over to DML.
Yeah,
Um,
and just taking a quick look at the DML file, it's effectively the same case as the DDL file where we make sure we insert our users first because a lot of the other tables like members, booking, bills all rely on us to have effectively a key in the form of an email, which only gets created when we insert something into the users table. But from that, it's pretty much just we're filling in the tables with default values that correspond with the layout that we've established previously in the DDL file. And I think with that, we can start just with a quick user registration.
let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, register. Okay, let's use this now as our login. Okay, that's awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a different test2 at Gmail. Okay, test2 at Gmail. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Password breach. Fantastic. Um, so first off, we have so that's the user registration feature. We also have profile management, so I can go here and I say, oh, actually, well, first I should put in my resting heart rate, so I can put that in there. Click save. I guess you want to see the server queries for this. So when you let's see, is this register? Okay. So first of all, we have to like validate that this valid information, and then what we do is we do an insert into users with the data given, an insert to members with data given, and if any of this fails, we roll back because we don't want to have a case where there's no member but there is a user, or there is a user with no member. So we roll back if any of this fails. Then for updating the information, um, we have a function user info where basically it just um, sorry, that's fetching user information. This is updating it. We have update members, the same parameters, and the email matches, and it's given all these things that we verified. This is pretty much the same structure for all of the features in the whole server. There's about 46 endpoints, so I'm not going to explain all of them. We have this very helpful middleware here, require login. So when you log into users, notice that one of the things that's stored, if I go here, was the account type. So when you log in as user, it tells you member, admin, or trainer. And so we can use this to then tell them which account they are. And this is stored with their login session. So only members can access updating their info. If I scroll way down, somewhere here, you'll see only admins can access fetch bookings by date, etc. Okay, back to functionality in the website. Sorry. Okay. So you can see that there are goals here. And then we can go to exercise routines. So what this has is the name of the goal, the instructions to do it, and then we have these like histories. So it's like, was it completed on these days or not? Yes, completed on these days. Oh, I found it quite difficult on this day, actually. I got the inspiration from this from a physiotherapy website. Okay, schedule management, scheduling personal sessions with groups. I ended up deciding that this is not really something that the user should actually be able to do. So it ended up becoming part of the administration later. But we can see that they can join or leave classes. So these are all the public classes that are available, and it has its descriptions and all names and stuff. And they can join it, and then it'll see that's in their schedule now. And these are these sorted by day? They are sorted by day, yes. And they can join and leave because they're public. But if it's a private one, it would be not able to join, or not be able to leave. Sorry, because it's you like schedule it. They've made an appointment basically. Creating a private session is something the admin has to do because generally, like a secretary would be the one to schedule an appointment with the trainer, not really the user. Okay, so let's go over to the trainer account now. Okay, the trainer has not very many features. They just need to set when they're available, and they need to search a member's name. So if we search in John Doe, we will see the three members that we call John Doe, member 1, test 1, and test 2. We can also manage our schedule. We can add times. We can delete times. Let's say we want to start at 1 p.m. It's a 24-hour clock. And at 17, we'll see that this will give us an error, or I guess nothing at all, because it overlaps with this time. So it does not let us do it. But if you want to add this to Friday, then it adds it just fine. That's the entire trainer functions. And then admin functions would be admin@example.com. And then admin 456. This is the admin dashboard. It's by far the largest one. So let's show off the scheduling for, I don't know, I guess let's go top, manage participants. So if we look at so imagine like someone comes into you're a secretary, right? Someone comes in here and they're saying, oh, I have like a booking today or something, right? I'm looking for a booking on this day, like a class on this day. Okay, so we can search by day, and then they might say, okay, I want to register for this. And so they have to know their email, member1@example.com, and we'll add them to booking 1. We can also see which participants are actually scheduled for that, so we can see if they're not actually already there. We can add them to that. Successfully added. Refresh that, and say, oh, actually, I changed my mind. You can also remove them as well. And that's like that's managing like someone coming in, I guess. You also create a booking. This one's quite involved because you need to know a lot of different things. For instance, you need to know the trainer availabilities. You need to know if they're busy at any time that day. So they're busy from 9 to 10 on Monday. And then once you know all these things, then you know, okay, Monday, they are available 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Oh, I didn't mean to check for this, by the way, guys. I'll add that later. Okay, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. to what, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. What rooms are available? Room bookings on this day, only 3 is booked, so let's just go room 4. We're assuming the secretary knows which rooms are available. Which trainer are we booking this for? Trainer 1, or Alice, I guess. Seats, let's say this fits 5 people. It's a private session, private yoga, Private friend yoga description. Private friend yoga description. And we can create this booking. New session added. And then if you go back up here, we'll be able to see that. But I'm just going to leave it because we need to move on. So you can create private and public sessions through or bookings through here. Billing and payment. Do we have any billings? Is that ever one?
Yes. Yep, there's
one?
a few pre-established ones. Yep, member one at example.com. You can look at the different bills that are tied to that user and whether or not they're paid, as well as the reason why those bookings were created. We're also able to create new bookings. Pretty much just the same thing. We enter the email, we enter the amount, and why that price is being made. And all bills will be established as not paid by default, but in order to mark a bill as paid, we just have to look at the bill ID, insert that in the mark bill as paid table, and then once we double check the bills, it will show that that bill has in fact been paid.
I guess you should probably show some more of the server code, I guess, for that. I guess I kind of just forgot about it, but there's way too many endpoints to go over everything. But generally, let's say it's like a schedule thing, maybe, or joining a session. This is like the members function. They joined a session. It's basically just retrieving the values that they gave us and then running the argument. And then if anything fails, we catch it. This one was quite involved, actually. What's this one? The fetch user bookings for the member. Because for this one, what we need to do is we need to get the bookings that they are a part of. So that's what this one does. So participants where their email is the booking email. Where, yeah, all bookings where they are a participant and it's their email, that's the participant email. This one gets all sessions where it's not full, it's public, and it's not already enrolled by the user. And so this one has quite a lot of things. It needs to count the number of emails, full, it's public, and then they are not already in it. I think that's how it works. What else can we do? Adding availability. Availability will already check if there's an overlap, so that doesn't have to be done in the queries here. Updating information is pretty easy. That's the bills. Okay, equipment maintenance. This one's quite simple, actually. We basically just have equipment. This is the equipment that needs to be serviced within the next 60 days. So let's say equipment 2 got serviced. So we'll just say it got serviced yesterday. It has updated successfully, and you can see that now its last service is yesterday. We could say, oh, actually, treadmill 1 completely broken. So we can just remove it. And we can also add it. It's a little bit laborious, but let's say this is a treadmill, new treadmill maybe. Its last service, let's say that was today, because we bought it today. Room, let's put it in room 3. Service period, 30 days. Treadmills are us. Etc. Let's say it's $900. Yeah, it doesn't like that. It's an email. So we have like some kind of data checking anyways. Okay, there you go. And there's also a table here to search for all equipment. So all equipment that's not, this is like stuff that's due soon to be repaired, and this is just all stuff to be repaired. I think that's all the features for the admin.
Yeah, I think that should be all the features for the full program itself, I think. Probably just close off by saying thanks for watching this, like and subscribe. Links to the project are included both with the project submission as well as there should be a link to the GitHub in the video description as well.